Are you feeling isolated even when surrounded by people? Well, you're not alone. In a world that's digitally connected but emotionally disconnected, many of us are quietly starving for real community, for face-to-face conversations, for someone to call when we need help, or just want to share a moment of joy. And as someone who's deeply concerned about our ability to thrive in the face of late-stage capitalism and climate disruption, I talk a lot about how social capital and human connection are the real wealth we should be investing in. Hi, I'm Laura Oldaney, a green living and money coach, and the question I get asked most often is this: how do I build community? In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 practical, fun, and easy to implement strategies that have helped me and others I know create meaningful relationships and resilient networks in a disconnected world. Number 1, start right where you live. Let's begin with the simplest yet most overlooked step: connecting with your neighbors. Imagine how much more joyful and secure life could be if you had neighbors you could spontaneously invite over for dinner, borrow a missing ingredient from, or turn to when the power goes out. That kind of connection starts with small, everyday actions, like greeting people when you pass them on the sidewalk, asking about their dog or garden, or offering a friendly smile instead of looking down at your phone. When I walk or bike around my neighborhood without headphones, it naturally invites spontaneous conversation. That without headphones bit is key. I can't tell you how many times I've said hello to someone jogging by or walking by with their dog that didn't hear me because they had headphones in, and lost an opportunity to interact with one of their neighbors. When I see signs of neighborly openness, like a little free library, a sidewalk produce stand, or a front yard curbside sitting area, I interpret these as an invitation to connect. A friend of mine even hosted simple Sunday morning coffee gatherings in her front yard. She just put out a sign a week in advance notifying people to bring their own mug and a chair. People loved it, and even now that she's moved out of the area, her neighbors plan to continue doing this. If you live in an apartment or a more urban setting, you could consider hosting something like this in a nearby park, or convening a local swap meet. I've seen Buy Nothing groups go beyond item exchanges to host children's book swaps. Really, we're only limited by our imagination. Yes, it takes effort and vulnerability and can be uncomfortable. But community doesn't build itself. It starts with a single invitation. Number 2, get intentional. Many people long to live in an eco-village or buy property with others to start an intentional community. That's a beautiful vision, but don't let the dream of someday prevent you from building community in the here and now. Even if you eventually relocate, the relationships you cultivate today are powerful training for more intentional living down the line. My partner Albert and I, along with 3 other nearby families, have been experimenting with what we're referring to as a decentralized intentional community. We all live within a 2-mile radius and started meeting monthly for shared work days and learning experiences. Life got busy and our gatherings became less frequent, but our relationships have stayed strong. One of the families recently bought the house next door to Albert. That was after their grandmother lost her house during Hurricane Helene, so they decided to all buy a house and live together, right next door to Albert. Now the 2 households are sharing tools, gardening efforts, childcare, and even planning to raise chickens together. It's not about creating co-housing under one roof. It's about creating support systems right where you are. Who in your life could you deepen your relationship with? What would it look like to make that a more intentional bond? Number 3, get involved in your community. Beyond your immediate neighbors, consider plugging into your town's civic life. Reclaim your role as a citizen rather than just a consumer. When was the last time you attended a city council meeting? Or a local civic association gathering? These are excellent spaces to learn about local issues, connect with concerned and engaged residents, and find your place in the community. Personally, attending these meetings has helped me meet people who live close by and share my concerns. It has led to invitations to backyard dinners and concerts, shared projects, and long-lasting friendships. Libraries, too, are often hubs for connection, offering free workshops, movie nights, and bulletin boards full of local events and information. The key is showing up consistently. You become part of the social fabric by weaving yourself into it. Number 4, volunteer for what matters to you. Volunteering is a tried and true way to meet others who share your values. Whether it's lighthearted, like helping out at a local festival, or more serious, like disaster response after a hurricane. These are moments when community shows up. When I helped a neighbor clean out her flooded home after Hurricane Helene, I wasn't just offering help. I was forging connections with others who showed up too. Volunteering lets you act on your values and find your people. It's a win-win. Number 5, follow your interests. Finally, lean into your interests as a gateway to community. If you're watching this video, chances are you care about sustainable living, mutual aid, and life beyond capitalism. So follow those threads. When I moved back to St. Pete, it was my interest in permaculture that led me to our Sustainable Urban Agriculture Coalition here, the local minimalist meetup, and our local time bank. These weren't just events, they were the soil from which deep friendships grew. An excellent example is the twice-weekly donation-based beach yoga class that Albert has been leading for over a decade. It's evolved into a true sangha, a Sanskrit term for community united by shared practices. Even if yoga isn't your thing, find your version of that space. I've also found the free monthly creative mornings gatherings in my community to be fantastic places to hear inspiring local speakers and interact with other creative souls looking to connect and be part of something bigger than themselves. There are 270 creative morning chapters around the world, so maybe there's one near you as well. And don't overlook things like pickleball. I once watched a TikTok video in which a woman was talking about how thrilled she was about all of the multi-generational relationships and connections and friendships she was building by joining her local pickleball group. Intergenerational relationships, by the way, are one of the most underrated forms of social capital. If you've tried any of these approaches or have your own ideas, share them in the comments below so we can learn from and inspire each other. And if you want to learn about more of the non-monetary forms of capital, like social capital, that make your life far more resilient, joyful, and meaningful, watch this video next because our true wealth lies in these forms of capital beyond money.